Seton poll question for the final hour of the program, then we'll get to Jeff Passan.
Yeah, we got up there right now. Worst word in sports. Your options are collapse, quit, cheat, and loyalty.
Okay.
Right now, quit has about 48% of that vote, followed relatively closely by cheat. Collapse and loyalty, not voting too high.
It's interesting that Fritzy said that the worst word in sports is cheat, and you're wearing a Houston Astros.
Yeah, that's a little ironic. There is that.
Yeah. Your Astros might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, Seattle Mariners.
Got to cheat more.
They really need to bang a garbage can or something. I don't know what.
Bang a gong, get it on. Jeff Passan, ESPN senior baseball insider, joining us on the program. How are you?
That was a great line, man. Thank you for that. That genuinely made me laugh. Do we have a camera? Can we see the Astros?
Oh, yeah. Can we, Mario, can you show Fritzy with his Astros gear? Let me see.
Let's see right. And it's the slow pan of shame. Oh boy. Boy, I will say something. It takes some cojones to go and wear that the way that they're playing right now. They suck right now. Like, they've lost 5 in a row. They have blown it. They're losing games to the A's. They're just out of the playoffs. Like, the Astros are so bad right now that Detroit is still in a playoff spot. And Detroit has had arguably the greatest collapse in September history in baseball.
How did that happen? Now, I know you have to have a team that has a comeback, and the Guardians have played well. They pitched really well.
Incredible.
But what happened with the Tigers?
The pitching has just been abominable. And, it was interesting because earlier this year, Dan, they looked like maybe the best team in baseball. And they had continued what they'd done to everyone else last September. That's happening to them right now. Remember, they were 55-63 at one point. They traded Jack Flaherty last year, and they wound up making a pretty spirited playoff run to the division series where they pushed Cleveland to Game 5 before Cleveland won that series and faced the Yankees in the ALCS. But what the Tigers have done to this point, it's embarrassing, and nobody there, frankly, has any answers for it. AJ Hinch is saying, we're trying, we're doing our best, but they look lifeless out there. And when you look at the talent on this Cleveland Guardians team, you say how?
Yeah.
They have 2 hitters in Jose Ramirez and Kyle Manzardo who have OPS pluses over 100, which means they have 2 hitters who are better than league average. 2. And they're going to win, it looks like at this point, the American League Central Division. And you look at their pitching staff, and let's not forget, they lost their all-world closer and a rotation piece in Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz to allegations of being involved in gambling. And so the Guardians looked like they were cooked. They were talking about trading Stephen Kwan at the deadline, and here they are every year. Stephen Vogt has done an incredible job managing this team, and they just never lost faith. And you got to believe in teams that can push on with what they've been through.
I said a couple of weeks ago, if Cal Raleigh hit 60 and they won the division, that he was going to win the MVP. Being a catcher and a better than average catcher, you win that division and you're hitting 60 home runs. Well, check. Is he going to win the MVP?
I don't know.
Wait, you're an insider. Have you taken a straw vote here?
I don't ask other reporters. It's like asking somebody who you voted for. They're just things that you don't do in polite society, Dan. And I let's put it this way. I'm glad that I'm not voting for MVP this year because there's such great cases to be made for both Cal Raleigh and for Aaron Judge. And let me turn this on you since you are in the clear pro Raleigh camp. Aaron Judge's OPS right now is 175 points higher than Cal Raleigh's. Are you telling me that because Cal Raleigh has a home run total that ends in a round number, and that because Cal Raleigh happens to play with really good guys surrounding him and a team that went out and got Josh Naylor and Geno Suarez at the deadline that helped push them toward that division title, Are you telling me all that makes up, along with the defensive elements, for that 175-point gap, which is real, which is significant, and which is enormous?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's a great. Honestly, I think both of them have
He's
great
moving
arguments.
past Mickey Mantle as a switch hitter. He's hitting 60 home runs, and he's doing it at the catcher position. That never happens. I mean,
No, it never has happened.
And it won't happen again. I mean,
No.
he'll hit 38 next year. But
so do you think you're suffering from Aaron Judge
yes,
fatigue?
yes.
Yeah. Well, that's it. See,
But it
I don't
happens,
think-
though, Jeff. It happened with Michael Jordan. I voted for him every year, even when Barkley and Karl Malone won. Because I said there's no more valuable player to the league than Michael Jordan. I don't care what your numbers are. I don't care what your team did. That guy is the most valuable. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. I thought Kyle Schwarber deserved a lot more respect than he's getting because he's going to be a distant second to Shohei Ohtani. And I think that given what the Phillies got the best odds to win the World Series, Schwarber's been unbelievable. But,
awesome.
Ohtani has that advantage.
His second home run last night was spectacular. 468 feet just into the night in Philadelphia. He's absolutely carried the Phillies to this point. And listen, I'm with you, but I think there's a little inconsistency going on here. If you're voting for Michael Jordan every year when Michael Jordan was putting up the best numbers, have you softened as you have grown wise and gone more for the narrative vote? Because the objective vote is for Aaron Judge. The narrative vote is unquestionably for Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, but Aaron Judge was not Michael Jordan in the postseason. I was voting on the totality of what that season was going to be. And Aaron Judge is not a great postseason performer.
Yeah, we don't get to vote. Like, all of our votes are due before the postseason begins.
Oh, I'm not saying that what my formula was fair, but I think it kind of bore out that, hey, he did win 6 championships in those years, even when he wasn't the MVP. And Aaron Judge, has done incredible, hitting 50 home runs. He's been incredible. He really has been incredible. I just think, this as a writer, we love a new story. What else are you going to say about Aaron Judge? He nearly went to the Giants. Boy, he was a great high school tight end. What?
How about this? Aaron Judge is in the midst of one of the great stretches in baseball history for hitters, putting him up there with Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, and I'm not sure who else. Like, it's one of those types of stretches where when you look at what Aaron Judge has done over the last 4 seasons in particular, but really for the entirety of his career, he has made himself within 10 years an inner circle first ballot, no doubt Hall of Famer who's going to go down among the greatest players in the history of the greatest franchise in baseball. And this year in particular, what he's doing, he's leading the league in batting, hitting 330 or around 330 when nobody hits for average anymore. In an era where home runs are not difficult to come by necessarily, but certainly not easy. He's going out and hitting them with regularity. He gets on base more than anyone. He slugs better than anyone. He just puts up numbers that are so much different than everybody else in the sport. He is the outlier, Dan. And I
have no problem with that. I think Aaron Judge is great. He's not a great postseason performer.
Has not been, yeah.
Okay, fair. But we look at all of the greats of all time, and what do we focus on? Postseason. That's how you become greats of all time. Aaron Judge is a wonderful regular season player. I have no qualms with.
Do you think Dan Marino was great? Do you think Charles Barkley was great? I mean, come on.
They were great regular season players.
Yeah, I don't personally differentiate those two. I feel like,
but we do that with quarterbacks all the time. Eli's going to the Hall of Fame. Why? Because he won 2 Super Bowls, not because of what he did during the regular season. So we pick, why don't we do that in other sports? Barry Bonds didn't win anything. Right. Yeah, we crushed Clayton Kershaw because he can't do anything in the postseason. He's one of the greatest regular season pitchers of all time. Like, we do hold other people accountable in other sports. Why can't we do that? Aside from just quarterbacks.
100% you can. It is within your right, and it makes for great arguments. I just, I look at it like I think the regular season matters, and I just don't want that to get swept away amid all of the discussion about what the postseason is.
Okay,
so that's all.
Ohtani is always going to have like a 20-yard head start and a 40-yard dash, right?
Totally.
I mean, every season he starts at the 20-yard line and everybody starts, at the starting line. And he didn't really pitch that much. It's just now he did, hit home runs, but he didn't steal bases like he did. His average, dipped considerably. But he's going to run away with another MVP.
Yeah, because he's putting up almost identical numbers and in some case better numbers than Kyle Schwarber. And oh, by the way, he threw 50 innings of sub-3 ERA baseball on top of that. Like, it's just, it's tough. It's tough for me to look at Ohtani and not vote for him every year he stays healthy. Just because he's two players in one, dude.
I know. I know.
I can't get past that. He is the freak of all freaks, and honoring him with the MVP award, I'm not sure that even does him the service that he's owed.
I felt like a little tense there. I'm sorry. I get a little animated here. So.
No, there's no tension at all. I appreciate arguing with people who are wrong. It's great.
I know. Me too. Can we get rid of this stupid term robo-ump? Because it's not a robo-ump, okay?
No. It is not a robo-ump.
But people think they're going to be robots out there, Jeff. And I tell them...
I know, but I love that. I would love to see I would love to see what a robot umpire's strike call would look like. Like robots are good. No, but robots are good enough these days where I feel like the guy would be like pretty smooth in calling a strike. And I've always wondered, like, if I were an umpire, what would my strike 3 call be? I feel like we could get a robot umpire doing a backflip into the splits and then just like ringing a guy up right there. But no, the automated ball strike system, it's 12 cameras that are around the ballpark that can track a pitch with margin of error of 1/6 of an inch. And the idea is to ensure that there are no really bad calls that are made in high leverage, important situations. And beyond that, I think it's also an opportunity, or it's going to become an opportunity to reward people who understand the strike zone. Like, if you're a catcher or a hitter who has a great grasp of the strike zone, this is a rule that's going to advantage you, and it's going to make you become a more valuable player.
You know what's great about the postseason?
Everything.
We don't start with somebody on second base in the 10th.
Dude, listen, I love the pitch clock. I think ABS is going to be really great. I am totally with you on the automatic runner. And I think it's I get the intention behind it. I just don't like it. Give me 17 inning games all day. I'll take them, especially in the playoffs.
Good to talk to you. We'll chop it up again in the postseason. Thank you.
Can't wait, buddy. Thanks for having me.
That's Jeff Passan. He's always wrong. ESPN Senior Baseball Insider. Get fired up a little bit there. Passionate. That's what they used to call it. I got passion. Yes, Marvin.